the Polar Bears of West Fairmont. Brought to you by Hunter Insurance, Stodd's Restaurant and Motel, Clarksburg Radiator, Astro Buick Olds, Pete Stodd Insurance Agency.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is C.D. Meighan along with color commentator Sam Freeman, and we are standing here at the Marion County Armory, now called the Woody Williams Armory, where tonight the West Fairmont Polar Bears, with a record of 8-2 and ranked #1 in the county and first in the NCAC, goes against third-ranked East Fairmont Bees with a record of 6-2. This armory that you're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, has a history. Since 1964, the West Fairmont Polar Bears have played in it. But during the years, the NBA teams have come and played on this court. The Washington Bullets have played here, and the Detroit Pistons have played here. The Harlem Globetrotters packed this place on 2 occasions with Meadowlark Lemon. You're standing tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in a little bit of history, because 20 years ago this day, the Fairmont State Falcons began their 76-game home winning streak, and much of their games were played right here at the Armory. So we're standing deep in tradition, and tonight there is another deep tradition, the West Fairmont Polar Bears and the East Fairmont Bees, in what has been a great matchup through the years of inter-county rivalry. And we're going to be back to talk to Sam and get the interviews with the coaches after a word from your sponsors.
Insurance can be very complicated with so many companies and varied kinds of coverage and difficult terminology. It's good to have an insurance agent you can trust to help you. One who will provide you with the very best coverage at the lowest possible cost. Hunter Insurance Agency is that kind of agency. Call today at 366-2500 in Fairmont and 292-8017 in Morgantown. Hunter Insurance Agency, 503 Morgantown Avenue in Fairmont.
This message is brought to you by Stodd's Family Restaurant. For 55 years, Stodd's has faithfully served the Fairmont area with the finest in family dining, and they're determined to maintain that tradition of excellence. From the wonderfully delicious food to the friendly service, Stodd's has always been the center of attraction. On Saturdays, Stodd's Spectacular Buffet is open from 4 to 8 p.m., and it's all you can eat for $6.50. So for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or if you're just plain hungry, come to Stodd's Family Restaurant. Fine dining in a Christian atmosphere.
We're back at the Armory. The preliminary game is about ready to conclude. Through the years, Sam, East and West has had a real rivalry, like Morgantown and University, which we'll be doing Saturday, and like Washington Irving and RW, and like North Marion and Morgantown. What do you think might happen in tonight's game? Sam, have any thoughts or ideas? You played against, when you're in high school days, you played against both of these teams.
Well, I know for sure that the crowd is going to be a big factor tonight. This is definitely the most emotional game of the year for this East and West Fairmont squads. I look to see a very up-tempo game, as Coach Lawson has a quick team this year. He's going to come out probably most of the game with a full-court pressure defense. And Coach Hawkins from East Fairmont also plans to pressure man-to-man defense on the ball. So it's going to be a fast-paced game, real up-tempo game, and I'm sure it's going to be a great game for the crowd tonight.
And through the years, there have been great matchups here between East and West. Great coaches have dotted the landscape here. Brad Butcher, a former East Fairmont standout, was a coach for a few years. Jim Kale, his name is quite synonymous with East Fairmont basketball, and of course Bill Reppert with West Fairmont basketball. Coach Bill Lawson will be leading his Polar Bears for the 8th year into this match, and it'll be an exciting one. And we invite you to stay tuned for the interviews of the coaches after these words from your sponsors.
Here comes Astro to defend the universe from foreign invaders and drastically high car prices. Right now, get a great-looking 88 Buick Skylark for just $219 a month, or a brand-new Buick Century Custom for $219. The 88 Buick Regal is yours for just $219 a month. Make your deal today, because there's no place on earth to get a better deal than Astro Buick Olds Fairmont.
The high school game of the week is steadily becoming one of the most popular programs in the area. Your business or organization can take advantage of top-rated television advertising for a low cost by sponsoring any or all of these heavily watched area high school games. Show your support for high school athletics through the medium of television. Call weekdays at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 623-5783.
Good evening. Our coach tonight is Coach Bill Lawson of the West Fairmont Polar Bears, starting in his 8th year as a head coach. Coach, this is a young team you have, a couple of seniors and a lot of juniors and a few sophomores, and yet your record is 8-2, and that's first in the county. That's a great record for such a young team. Tell us about this young team and about some of your boys that you have, Bill.
Well, Dee, we are young. It was a big surprise to us that we would be have an 8-2 record at this time. We were looking for a rebuilding year, and we've got kids with a lot of heart. We rely mainly on Scott Benson, our 6'6" senior. He's our leading scorer, and I think he's one of the top college prospects in the area. He's certainly one of the best big men that I've ever coached. We have a lot of juniors that play for us. Troy Sheets, Tim Fitzwater, Mike Golson, Rodney Stewart have all started for us. Preston Myers has been coming off the bench and playing well for us. And Ronnie Newsom has been the main sophomore in action. Bobby Starkey's been coming off the bench for us. And also Ryan Zundel. So we've been playing maybe 8 to 10 people. We press a lot, we run a lot, and we have a lot of enthusiasm. And, you know, it's just a fun bunch of kids to work with.
You were telling me just a few minutes ago that both of your losses this year have been on back-to-back nights. Been in the second night, you lost to North Marion in the your holiday tournament, and then you lost to Brook on Saturday. Tonight, you've just had a couple days layoff. You go now tonight, and then, of course, the next night you go against Lincoln. What will you do tonight? Will you change any of your offenses or your defenses to try and give your kids a rest, or will you just go at them full court and play the game you've always been used to playing?
You know, Diddy, we only know one way to play. I only know one way to play, and that's go get them full court and go after them. We have plenty of kids that come off the bench. We're young, and we don't handle, we're not handling real well back-to-back ball games. But that's just something we're going to have to overcome. We're certainly not going to change anything we do, and we're going after East tonight. We would go after them regardless of whenever we play them, because that's just how we play.
And offensively, what can we expect from the Polar Bears tonight? You like to get out and run?
We like to run, and we'll run at every opportunity, and then in our half-court game, we'll try to punch the ball down inside to Benson as much as we can. And then we think we have some confidence in some of our outside shooters. Sheets, Fitzwater, and Preston Myers especially. Those three have been shooting well as of late, so we're not afraid to shoot the ball from outside either.
Quickly, what will you try and do to stop East Side, Kevin Loudin, Shawn, Haney, and the rest of them?
Hopefully our pressure man will cause them a little problems. We'll really try to deny Kevin Loudin the ball and Shawn Haney. If they give the ball up, we're going to try to make it very tough for them to get the ball back. But, Dee, we won't do anything special. We play a straight man-to-man, and we try to play it well and help. Now, if Kevin gets into one of his super games when he's killing us, then we are prepared to go to a little junk defense. But we're not planning on it right now.
Bill, tell us a little bit about yourself. You were telling me that you went here to West Fairmont, and in your senior year in 63 or 64, you played for the first time here at the Marion County National Guard Armory, which the Polar Bears have played here since that time. And tell us a little bit about your life and about your family, and particularly about your son, Kip.
Well, Dee, I graduated from Fairmont Senior High in 1964 and played ball here for 3 years, and we were the first class to play here at the Armory. I went to North Carolina State and didn't play a whole lot, but I was there. And there's one of my good buddies, Sambo Felice, over there. He's so after that, I coached in North Carolina for 3 years. Came back here. I married Joe Fultz, who is Buzzy Fultz's daughter. Used to coach at Reesville High here in the area, and we have 3 children. Kip, who is 18, he's presently at TMI Academy at a prep school in Tennessee playing ball. I've got Elizabeth Ann, who's 16, and I have a youngster, Billy T., who's in 3rd grade.
Thank you very much. Second half's ready to begin, and we want to thank you, Coach Lawson. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Dee.
I'm Pete Stodd with Nationwide Insurance, and I'd like to take this time to congratulate the coaches, players, cheerleaders, and all the faculty who has made the basketball programs of these 2 schools so successful this year.
For all the insurance needs you might have, see Pete Stodd, right here in Fairmont across from the Middletown Mall. For your home or business, auto or life insurance, Pete Stodd is your Nationwide agent. Call 363-2136. Nationwide is on your side.
Okay, we're back at the Marion County Armory with second-year head coach Gary Hawkins. Coach, earlier you cited this as being the most emotional game of the year for both teams, with the crowd getting involved and everything. How do you think this will affect the play of your team and the West Fairmont Polar Bears tonight?
Well, I think it'll have a good effect on both of them. They should come out hustling, ready to go, ready to play the ball game tonight.
Okay, West Fairmont likes to play a quick full-court pressure man-to-man defense, and also you like to play a pressure man, you like to pressure the ball when possible, and just keep intense pressure all over the court. How do you plan to counter West Fairmont's defense? Do you have any different offenses you're planning on using? Anything to come against them?
No, we'll basically play the same type of game we always play, and hopefully that'll be good enough to counter their pressure, and we'll just see how it goes from there.
Okay, you don't have a one real big kid that stands out particularly. You have a sort of a smaller team this year, but you have a talented team. You know West Fairmont Scott Benson, 6'6" player, one of the best players in this area. How do you plan to counter against his size inside?
Well, we're going to try to deny him the ball anytime he goes down low, and hopefully we won't allow him to have the ball where he wants it. And if we can do that, then that'll help us a little bit as far as him getting the ball down low, trying to score where he likes to get it.
Okay, Kevin Loudin, one of the best players in the state last year and also this year. Great future ahead of him. What does Kevin Loudin have to do for East Fairmont to be successful tonight?
Well, Kevin, he's got to quit pressing so much. He's been trying to do a little bit too much for us, and it's just the type of kid he is. He tries to carry the load, which he needs to do, but he needs to not try to pressure press so much as he has been. He needs to read the defense tonight a little bit better, take the shot when it's there, and dish it off when that's there also. And if he does that tonight, then we should be in pretty good shape.
All right, Coach, in conclusion, what are the main factors that the East Fairmont needs to do as a team if they're to win this ball game tonight?
Well, one, I think we have to play good defense, put a lot of pressure on them, don't let them go where they want to go on offense, and two, we have to handle their press, be able to handle their press and break it at times. And if we can do those two things and stay fairly close on the boards, we don't expect to out-rebound them, but if we can stay close to them on the boards, then we'll have a great chance to win the ball game tonight.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much. We'll be right back after this with a word from your sponsor.
Insurance can be very complicated with so many companies and varied kinds of coverage and difficult terminology. It's good to have an insurance agent you can trust to help you. One who will provide you with the very best coverage at the lowest possible cost. Hunter Insurance Agency is that kind of agency. Call today at 366-2500 in Fairmont and 292-8017 in Morgantown. Hunter Insurance Agency, 503 Morgantown Avenue in Fairmont.
This message is brought to you by Stodd's Family Restaurant. Your meals should always be something special, and special meals are a part of the Stodd's tradition. Stodd's has faithfully served the Fairmont area for 55 years, and the reputation for delicious food and friendly service has remained strong. On Saturday, Stodd's Spectacular Buffet is open from 4 to 8 p.m., and it's all you can eat for $6.50. So for any meal of the day, or when you're just plain hungry, come to Stodd's Family Restaurant. Fine dining in a Christian atmosphere.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Armory, where we're just a few moments away from the start of the inter-county clash between West Fairmont and East Fairmont. You see some of the West Fairmont students lining up, getting ready to greet the Polar Bears at the far end to the right as they prepare to take the battle to the East Fairmont Bees. And here they come, a record of 8-2, first in the conference in the NCAC and first in the county. Sam, we're going to have a good game tonight between West and East Fairmont.
Dee, that's for sure. That's an understatement. The intensity level of this crowd is unbelievable. As Coach Gary Hawkins said before the game, there's no doubt about this is the most emotional game of the year. So I look to see the emotions of the players and the fans playing a major factor, as it always does each year in this game. This place is pretty much full. They're pretty vocal early already, so I imagine as the game goes on, it's going to be a humdoozer.
Without a doubt, that's exactly right. Here come the East Fairmont Bees, led by number 23, a Street and Smith Honorable All-American, Kevin Loudin. And how's Kevin doing this year in scoring production for the East Fairmont Bees, Sam?
Well, DD's having a super year. Coming into this game, he's averaging 20.4 points a game. But what the real story is his shooting percentage. He is shooting an unbelievable red-hot 70% from the floor. He's 31 for 44 this season, so the Bears will have their hands full trying to contain that young man.
Yeah. He's an exceptionally good shooter. He's been able to hit on 8 3-pointers. But West Fairmont will counter with what Coach Bill Lawson says one of his finest big men he's ever had at West Fairmont. That 6'6" senior Scott Benson, averaging 20.5 a game, 203 points this year. He's shooting 65% from the free throw line. And the big story, the unofficial rumor is, I don't know how true it is, but that scouts are here this evening from the University of Pittsburgh. So we'll see. But certainly it's going to feature the inside moves and power of Scott Benson and the West Fairmont Bears against the East Fairmont Bees. Now the warning buzzer sounded, and I'm sure we're about ready for the tip-off and the introduction of the players. This Armory floor, as we have said, has had a long and varied history of basketball. So you who are watching on television, Channel 46 WLYJ, are in for quite a treat tonight. Now the playing of the national anthem. A beautiful singing by four young men on the Star Spangled Banner here at the Woody Williams Armory, more affectionately known as the Old Timers, as the Marion County Armory. One thing that has not changed, Sam, is the PA system. They have two inferior speakers here, so we're going to have to catch the names ourselves, I think. It's probably the only thing that I would say that is a detriment here at the Armory. Floor is beautiful, plenty of room to run. Here's the introduction of the East Fairmont Bees. Coming out first, number 21, a senior, Shawn Haney, who is averaging 12.9. Here he is, a Street and Smith, honorable All-American, sure to be first-string state, Kevin Loudin, at 20.4. Here's the center. This is, let's see, number 33, Danny Morgan, a guard, averaging 6.4. Here's number 31, another guard, averaging 12.1, Greg Collins. And here's the center, a junior, Roger Michael.
Didi, I'd like to make a correction on the shooting percentages. We're looking at the wrong stats. As mentioned, Kevin Loudin shooting 70%. That's from the free throw line this year. He's also having a good shooting here from the floor, but I want to make that clear.
Okay, thank you. And now for the West Fairmont Polar Bears. Coached by Bill Lawson in his 8th year, a graduate of North Carolina State, played under Edward Case and Press Marovitz as one of his coaches. Coming out first is Troy Sheets. Troy Sheets, for your information, will be wearing number 30. And now number 14, Tim Fitzwater. They still haven't taken off their warm-ups. They're in white and blue, the traditional white and blue. The West Fairmont Polar Bears and the Bees are in blue and green. This is number 20, Mike Goldston. And now number 44, Rodney Stewart. Rodney Stewart's been injured, coming back off of an injury. And here is the All-Stater also, who will definitely be in the running, Scott Benson, number 34, the 6'6" senior center. So we're all set for action between West Fairmont and East Fairmont here at the Armory in Fairmont. We're glad you're with us on Channel 46 WLYJ Television. Sam Freeman, the color man. Okay, Sam.
It's going to be interesting to note, Didi, how East Fairmont is going to counterattack
the size of Scott Benson. They don't have a true big man. They, has been traditional for East Fairmont through the years, to have a pretty small team. And but you know, very quick team, so I'm anxious to see how they're going to come out and try to stop the inside play of Scott Benson.
Right. We have excellent seats at half court. Might be some problems from time to time, though, as we will be screened away by people walking to and from and back in front of us. But we'll try to do the best we can. The cameras are set high above here in the Armory on the second tier. The place is 3/4 of the way full. 1,500 people on hand. We're ready for the tap. Benson and Michaels will be going up. Tap controlled by West Fairmont. Golson immediately into the front court, gives it off to Fitzwater. Man-to-man by East Fairmont. Pass to the corner, could be traveling. It is traveling on Troy Sheets. He got the ball. Good defense by the Bees. So West Fairmont, as Coach Lawson said, picks him up all over the court, man-to-man. Triggering it in will be Haney. Haney had a big game the last night, scoring 29 points against North Marion. Here's Kevin Loudin, out 3-point range. Picked up by Fitzwater, and he'll have his hands full, and they're going to call a foul immediately on Tim Fitzwater. So the referees are going to call it close. Looks like at the beginning, Fitzwater picks up foul number 1.
Coach Bill Lawson playing his defense. He has a mathematical formula. He calls it 32-94. That means they play 94 feet full court for 32 minutes every game, so they play full court press all game long, Dee.
Loud misses. Benson can't get the rebound. It is retrieved in the corner by Loudin again, and he sets the offense back up. Move to the right side to Morgan. Stolen away on the pass intended for Haney. Picked up and driving is Troy Sheets. Misses a shot. Benson with the follow. It's good, and he's fouled. Scott Benson, the offensive rebound, and he is fouled. Let's see who the foul's on. Can't quite catch it here. Danny Morgan is the victim, commits the foul. Foul number 1. Benson to the line for a 3-point possibility. 7:17 remaining at the Armory. 2-0. Fairmont Polar Bears. He misses. Golson in the air, but there is Haney on the rebound. Stolen away by Sheets. Sheets has it now. So the quick reacting defense of West Fairmont picks up the turnover. Morgan on Sheets. Benson 8 foot out on the right side, no good. Nice rebound in the air by Haney. Let's correct that. Gary Collins. Collins gives it down to Haney. Haney guarded by Sheets. As Sheets yells out, ball, 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 which in West Fairmont's language is whenever you give up the dribble, the ball is hollered. That means that you leave your defensive man and go and try to double team. Benson tips it away from Michaels, but it's retrieved out in front by Haney. Now to Loudin. Fitzwater on him. Bounce pass, nice pass underneath to Michaels. Benson straight up in the air, gets the rebound. So the size of Benson, they're intimidated, but the pass is stolen. Picked up by Gray Collins. Gray Collins sets it up to Loudin with 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go. It's still 2-0 West Fairmont. Haney has at the free throw line, off the front of the rim. Sheets rebounds, he's trying, coming down, 3-on-2. Lead pass ahead for the layup. It is good to Tim Fitzwater. Give the assist to Sheets on a nice outlet pass.
Well, the defensive intensity of both teams is unbelievable.
You touched who that foul was on? I'm thinking
that foul was on Kevin Loudin.
All right, that's team foul number 2 on the Fairmont East Bees. Kevin Loudin commits the foul, and to the line is Tim Fitzwater with a chance to convert another 3-point opportunity. 4-0. He doesn't. Off the backside of the rim. In the air, the spirit is Danny Morgan.
These foul shots could plague West Fairmont later on in the ball game.
2. Jack Bernardo, the sportscaster for West Fairmont, said that they lost the Brook game because of their inability to shoot free throws. Here's a walking violation called on East Fairmont. So we quickly have 3 turnovers for the Bees early in the first quarter with 5 minutes and 56 seconds to go.
You can't afford to miss foul shots. That's 3 points. That's money in the bank.
Right. Loudin guards Sheets into the front court. Sheets the junior, Loudin the senior. Off on the right side of Fitzwater. He takes a left-hand dribble to the free throw line. The ball is deflected, but picked up by Benson. Out the 3-point line toward the corner. Moves it back out front to Fitzwater between 3-point line and half court. Haney is on Fitzwater. Dogs him tight. Off the Sheets. Good hard press, man-to-man. Bill Lawson said the West Fairmont, when they're on defense, will try to overplay. Looks like East Fairmont's trying to do the same thing. Golson, 16 feet, misses. Ball retrieved in the corner by Sheets. He's in the air for the shot. It's no good. Loudin tries to get it. And over the back, it's going to be called a foul on Scott Benson. As he went over the back trying to get the ball, Kevin Loudin had position. The foul, I'm pretty sure it's going to go on Benson, and it'll be given out to East Fairmont.
A lot of fouls are in the game, D.D.
Yep. Ball will be given out to East Fairmont, and immediately West Fairmont does not relax its defense. Like you say, that 32-94 is in effect. Danny Morgan will trigger the ball out of bounds. Haney and Loudin break. Haney and Collins break. Morgan gives it back to Collins to Haney. Haney has the ball slapped away and taken away by Fitzwater. Turnover East Fairmont. Lead pass down to Benson. He's going to dunk. He misses the dunk off the front of the rim. Up in the air for the follow is Rodney Stewart. 6-0. Still stole by Sheets. Sheets gives it to Fitzwater. Back to Sheets. Picked up, though, nicely out in front here by Rodney Stewart. Benson, 8-foot. Side shot, no good. Goes in the air, but it's taken out of the air by Greg Collins. Greg Collins holds and gives to Loudin. 6-0. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. East Fairmont off to a rough start, Sam. They can't seem to buy a bucket. They're playing good offense, good movement. Driving in tight for the basket. Let's see. It's going to be a charge. Charge going to be called on Greg Collins. First foul on Greg, 3 on East Fairmont. And now East Fairmont turns the tables, and East Fairmont now wants a timeout. So a timeout in the action. 4 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We'll be back after a word from your sponsors.
Insurance can be very complicated with so many companies and varied kinds of coverage and difficult terminology. It's good to have an insurance agent you can trust to help you. One who will provide you with the very best coverage at the lowest possible cost. Hunter Insurance Agency is that kind of agency. Call today at 366-2500 in Fairmont and 292-8017 in Morgantown. Hunter Insurance Agency, 503 Morgantown Avenue in Fairmont.
This message is brought to you by Stodd's Family Restaurant. Your meals should always be something special, and special meals are a part of the Stodd's tradition. Stodd's has faithfully served the Fairmont area for 55 years, and the reputation for delicious food and friendly service has remained strong. On Saturdays, Stodd's Spectacular Buffet is open from 4 to 8 p.m., and it's all you can eat for $6.50. So for any meal of the day, or when you're just plain hungry, come to Stodd's Family Restaurant. Fine dining in a Christian atmosphere.
Back here at the Armory, as the East Fairmont Beach cheerleaders do a beautiful job of performing their skills for us. We're sorry we don't have the names of the cheerleaders, or we would have passed them on to you, and neither do we have them for the West Fairmont Polar Bears. But there they are, spread out across the floor here at the Armory. Sam, early observation, 6-0. It's unusual not to score in about 4 minutes of action.
I'll have to say turnovers pretty much like the Lincoln Liberty game. Lincoln came out the first quarter with all those turnovers, and so far this, with not even playing 4 minutes yet in the first quarter, East Fairmont only has 5 turnovers, D.D., so they can't play that type of a game and continue to win. They're playing good defense. They're being patient on offense. They're working the ball, but they're not making their crisp passes. They're not connecting. And I think we also have to credit West Fairmont special defense for those turnovers also.
Shawn Haney is out for East Fairmont. Phil Sivak is in. Here's almost a turnover by Loudin taken away, but he doesn't. Passes fed inside to Benson, and Benson is fouled. The foul's going to be on Roger Michael, number 43. That's foul number 1 on Michael, and team foul number 4 on East Fairmont. So Scott Benson is 6'6". Roger Michael, a junior, at 6'3". Will, as you said, Sam, have his hands full. Scott Benson will step to the line for 2 shots. He is shooting 65% from the free throw line, and he misses. Irons off to the left side.
I really believe these foul shots could be a factor if they continue to miss as they are.
49 of 74 so far on the year. And Benson with a 20.5 average. Going for his next shot. Relaxed. That looks good. 3 points for Scott Benson. 7-0. 4 minutes, 11 seconds to go. So Phil Sivak is in. He's got 5 3-pointers. Here's Loudin high in the air for the shot. No good. Underneath is Michaels, and he's fouled by Benson. And that's 2 fouls all early on for Scott Benson. That could be a big factor with just in the first quarter and 4 minutes gone. Roger Michael will go to the line for 2 shots. Bill Lawson worried on the West Fairmont bench with his traditional post. It's no good. Roger Michaels fails. So 1 of 4 for the line for West Fairmont, and now 0-1 for East Fairmont, but early in the contest.
D.D. Roger Michaels has his hands full tonight. He has the task of trying to maintain Scott Benson, which few people have been able to do this year, averaging almost 21 points a game. So he's got his work cut out for him tonight.
Fitzwater moves into the front court, and he is hounded out there by East Fairmont. Here goes Ron Newsom, who's in the lineup. Dumps off to Benson for the layup. Assist, Ronnie Newsom.
Beautiful dish, beautiful pass.
Benson with 5 points. Phil Sivak is called for the charge. Charged on Benson, trying to get his 3rd foul. So that's the first foul on Phil Sivak and 5 on East Fairmont. So with just 3:34 remaining in the first quarter, not just 5 minutes gone, West Fairmont's on the 1-1. Here comes Ronnie Newsom, picked up by Phil Sivak. Newsom in for Rodney Stewart. And Ryan Zundel is also in. So we've got 2 new faces in the West Fairmont lineup right now. Benson tries to go for the ball. He cannot do it. It is cleaned out of there by Gray Collins, and we got a foul. I think the foul's going to go on Troy Sheets for West Fairmont as he tried to go and get the ball. Of course, the extensive and the aggressive play will cause fouls, and obviously Coach Lawson wants the Fairmont Bears going after him. Mike Golston is back into the lineup. Quickly coming out is Rodney Stewart. Now remember, West Fairmont plays another game tomorrow night at Lincoln, so I'm sure Coach Lawson's keeping that in mind as he tries to substitute as freely as possible.
It's hard to play 2 big games back-to-back and keep the team's mental attitude in the right condition.
Right. Nice screen. Here is a screen, and Zundel runs into the screen, and it's going to be a foul on Ryan Zundel as he runs into the screen set by Danny Morgan. And it's a 1-1 also for East Fairmont.
Dee Dee, you're no stranger to Marion County basketball.
That's very true. We grew up here in Fairmont for most of my life. My son played a lot of basketball here at the Armory in the junior high level. Junior high ball at Miller School is played extensively here at the Armory, so it's good training grounds for these guys coming up to West Fairmont and East Fairmont as well. Here's his free throw. It's missed. West Fairmont, Newsom, left hand layup, good. Nice play by Newsom. 11-1. It's a 10-point lead with 3 minutes to go. Long shot from the corner by Michael, misses. Retrieved by Phil Sivak in the air. Shot won't drop. Benson on the rebound over Michaels. They're running Ron Newsom down. It's 3-on-3. Nice pass to the left side of Golson. Let him a little too much. Turnover.
That was a good look. He had a guy on his
left.
left.
The lineup is Bobby Starkey, and coming out is Scott Benson. So trying to save him with a 10-point lead. They sacrifice height at this point, but with 2 fouls in the first quarter and aggressive man-to-man, you have to be careful. Now, Ronnie Newsom, the sophomore, guarding Phil Sivak, is one of the fastest men on West Fairmont's team, and he's only a sophomore. Let's see what he does against Sivak, an excellent 3-point shooter. Kevin Loudin has not gotten untracked yet. Pass under to Morgan, put in a nice assist by Kevin Loudin. Give Loudin the assist, and Morgan the 2 points. 11-3, and that with 2 minutes and 24 seconds is East Fairmont's first field goal to the first quarter. Zundel holds out the left hand side to the top of the key to Sheets over to Newsom inside the 3-point line. Rolls in and around the basket. Shot is up, and attempted shot is missed by Bobby Starkey. And let's see, do we have another foul here? We're going to have to keep our eyes open. Every time we blink, we're going to miss a foul, I'm afraid.
Dee, I don't look to see Kevin Loudin be kept silent much this game.
Yeah.
That's he's too good of a player, but Coach Gary Hawkins needs to get him untracked, get some action, get some production from him. He's been pretty much silent this first quarter, but then again, the whole East Side team has, so they need to get their heads in the game.
Shooting is Gray Collins, and he misses. Rebound by Sheets. Comes down, sets up the offense to Zundel, looks inside to Starkey. Back out on top to Sheets to the left side to Newsom. Newsom looks inside to Zundel off the Sheets. Sheets the junior to Zundel to Newsom. He drives, cannot get the baseline. Shovel pass under and back out to Newsom. 14-footer misses, and on the boards, a nice rebound as he fell down and picks himself back up. We'll try to catch the man that got the rebound and who the foul on.
That's the rebound.
Starkey commits the foul. And on the line, and the one who got the rebound, number 35, Scott Nestor, who's in the lineup for East Fairmont. He slipped in there unnoticed.
Didi, it appears to me so far in the first quarter that East Fairmont's been pretty timid inside. They have a couple guys that can play inside. Number 33, Danny Morgan, and the other big man is on the bench right now, Roger Michael. But so far they've been pretty timid as Roger Benson has pretty much controlled the inside game.
Yep.
Scott Benson, I'm sorry.
Scott Nestor puts the second shot up and in. First 2 points of the night for him with 1:45 to go. It's 11-5 in favor of West Fairmont here at the Armory. Outside is Preston Myers, another new fella in the lineup for West Fairmont. To the corner to Sheets. Looks out on front, gives it to Myers. Myers moves it to the right side to Tim Fitzwater, who's in. Newsom is out. To the corner to Sheets. He's in the air for the shot. No good. Misses. Oh, number 11 goes in to the fans. That's Phil Sivak. Jumps over the East Fairmont bench. Phil Sivak from East Fairmont, one of the leading three-point shooters for the Bees, along with Kevin Loudin, who has 8. He has 5. Sivak, the point guard, does a good job. Now it looks like East Fairmont is in a zone. They've switched from a man-to-man to a 2-3 zone. Outside is Rodney Stewart to Myers. Along the baseline to Troy Sheets. Shovel pass, left side, back out on front and moves it to the left. Good ball movement. Sheets runs the baseline. As you can pick that up from your TV here on WLYJ. Game of the week. West Fairmont, East Fairmont. 54 seconds to go. I don't think they're holding for the last shot. They are now being patient with the change in defense. Into the free throw line for the shot that's missed by Rodney Stewart. And coming down with it is Kevin Loudin. Let's see if Loudin can get on track. Long pass cannot be controlled by Scott Nestor. It'll be out of bounds to West Fairmont. So I think Derek King is now in the lineup for West Fairmont. So the substitutions in the first quarter, I think Coach Lawson has used all of his bench with the exception of maybe 2 ball players.
Well, when you play that fast and that tight of an up-tempo game, you have to.
Right.
To keep that type of intensity the whole game.
Golston has it stolen by Loudin. Nice quick pass down to Sivak, but he'll never get it. I don't know whether he fell over his feet or it was inadvertently tripped by West Fairmont. But nonetheless, with 24 seconds to go, Preston Myers has it, moves it to Golston on the left, looks inside for King. Can't get a cross-court pass. In the air, the shot by Myers is no good. And holding the ball, controlling it on his knees is Golston. And there's going to be a violation, a foul. Let's see what the call is by the referees. Must be on East Fairmont. We probably won't be able to hear.
The crowd, the East Fairmont crowd shows their disapproval.
It's going to be a technical foul on somebody for East Fairmont for some reason which I do not know. Tim Fitzwater has his 3rd point, and with 4 seconds remaining, it is 12-5 in favor of West Fairmont. Coach Hawkins a little bit understandably annoyed at this call. Be given out under the basket or maybe off to the side here with 4 seconds to go. As Fitzwater converts his second one, he has 4 points. There is 4 seconds remaining, 13-5, an 8-point lead at halftime at half court. Taking the ball out is to Myers. He'll try and get the quick shot away. In under to Derek King. Here is, Preston Myers drives and he's walking. I'm sorry, I was looking at that clock, Sam. I thought it was 4 seconds. It was 9 seconds.
It was 9 seconds. It had a number missing there. Had a little dot missing.
That's right. So let's see what happens. Pass in to Shawn Haney with 2 seconds. He's got to throw the long one up. It's a little short. So at the end of the first quarter, with a break in the action, the score, West Fairmont 13, East Fairmont 5, and we'll be back in a moment after these words from your friendly sponsors.
Hello, I'm Dr. Bowen, Secretary of Health and Human Services. I know we need to recruit and retain more young men and women as registered nurses. I'd like you to meet one of them.
Hello, I'm Kaylani Ray Rasco, Miss America 1988. I'm also Kaylani Ray Rasco, registered nurse. I'm proud to have been chosen Miss America, but I'm also very proud of my career. So join us, become a registered nurse, and be proud to care.
Okay, the end of the first quarter sees the score 13-5 in favor of West Fairmont. East Fairmont can't seem to get on track, Sam, and West Fairmont seems to be running their offense pretty good.
Well, I think there's 2 or 3 reasons for East Fairmont not getting on track. Some things they're going to have to change. Number one, D.D., was the turnover story. They came out in the first 3.5 minutes and had 5 turnovers, and they only had 1 after that, or 2 after that, I'm sorry, the rest of the first quarter, but they still had 6 first-quarter turnovers, and you can't play that sloppy of a game. And number 2, Kevin Loudin has been silent the whole first quarter, and this is a high-intensity level game, but as any good player will maintain his calm. You can't let the crowd affect you. You have to let it motivate you, and keep your head to settle down and play your game, and the shots will fall.
Timmy Fitzwater is guarding. Now Scott Benson is back in. Here's the inbounds pass. They're going to try to overplay at every opportunity, Coach Lawson said. Loudin, a very unselfish team ball player.
It's true.
Made some excellent passes. Passed in high and down low. The shot is missed. And it's going to be by Gray Collins, and here's a foul going to be called, or a violation. A violation on West Fairmont walking. On the outlet pass, trying to get the fast break going.
West side's pounding the boards, defensive boards. Both ends are pounding very hard, but they're using their height to the advantage.
All right.
That's what they have to do.
Haney out front. Here's a long shot put up by Scott Nestor for 3. Scott Nestor has 5 points with 7:30 remaining, 13-8. And Scott Nestor's not even in the leading 6 scores for East Fairmont right now, but he's put him back to within 5 points. Tapped away by Haney on that 2-3 zone, but it's retrieved by Myers. Gives it to Sheets. Sheets inside the 3-point line. Gives it off to Myers. Right on the 3 line. He misses. Nice rebound by Fitzwater. He misses. Myers gets the rebound. Fades away. And what is a walking violation on Myers? He got the rebound. Came down. Tried to get position and walked. So Danny Morgan for East Fairmont would trigger it out with 7 minutes to go. 13-8. You're watching a Street and Smith Scholastic Honorable All-American right here in Kevin Loudin. He's going to take it to the hole. Let's watch him go. Puts it in.
Oh, man, what a beautiful drive. He saw the opening down the middle, took it in at a right-handed half reverse spin. Beautiful layup by Kevin Loudin.
13-10.
He needs to get on track. They're going to be productive.
Well, they've quickly come back from the first quarter. Scored 5 points to West none. Cut it from 13-5 to 13-10. Inside, Benson misses. East Fairmont rebounds. They wanted to run, but wisely, Haney holds up. Loud, look at Loudin's pass down. Under. Shot is unfortunately missed by Gray Collins. Cleared out of there by Stewart. Down to Fitzwater. He banks it off the boards.
This game's getting very physical.
Fitzwater with 6 points. 6:17 remaining. 17-10. Haney comes down. Dogged. Gives it off to Morgan. Loudin for 3. Got it.
Kevin Loudin can fill it up from way out.
6 minutes remaining. It's 15-13, and suddenly East Fairmont has caught fire.
I guarantee you that shot was from the parking lot.
Myers throws it. It is intercepted in midair by Haney. Myers holds on to it. In that case, it's called a jump ball. Change of possession out to West Fairmont.
There's a postseason playoff type atmosphere in the air here. This is high school basketball at its finest.
Ron Newsom is back into the lineup. See, replacing Fitzwater. So they're keeping the men fresh on Loudin. Ball up in the air, somehow deflected, lost, and out of bounds to East Fairmont. So right away, Coach Lawson's strategy is to put constant pressure on Loudin, and Fitzwater sits down, and in is Newsom.
I don't know what Coach Gary Hawkins said to East Fairmont team at the first quarter, at the end of the first quarter, but whatever he said, it's being very effective.
Here's Benson. Basket is good, and a foul, I think it's going to be on number 35 for East Fairmont, Scott Nestor. Benson with 7 points. Will go for his 8th point. So Scott in close has been getting those 3-point opportunities, taking the ball to the hoop and getting fouled. Scott Nestor trying to control him with Roger Michaels out of there. And he rolls in. He has 8 points. 18-13. Loudin picks it up. Nice pass quickly down into the front court to Nestor. Back to Loudin. He looks to the right side to Collins. Between his legs. And we got a foul. May be on Rodney Stewart. Nope. 22, Preston Myers, his first foul. Kevin Loudin will go to the line. Here comes Roger Michaels back in, and Scott Nestor leaves.
Dee Dee, what an unselfish player Loudin is. He's showing some exceptional ball handling abilities, and he looks the open man every time down. He's not the typical leading scorer type looking for a shot. He's always looking for the opening man almost before the shot.
Colleges certainly want that. Bill Lawson was telling me he runs an excellent summer program for high school teams. He spends every day, Monday through Thursday, out at the 5th Street Gym. And he said Kevin Loudin has got unbelievable moves. He said he's just a super ball player. And this is the West Fairmont's coach. All the respect in the world for this young man from East Fairmont. Kevin Loudin has come to life. He's picked up 7 straight points. It's 18-15 to lead, down to 3 after a high of 8. Here goes Benson. Look for him to go. He got it.
Oh, strong power move.
Unmolested, 10 points for Benson. 20-15. East Fairmont answers quickly. Haney from the side. Shawn Haney with his first 2, and he's been rather solid after averaging 12, almost 13 points a game. Looks like East Fairmont in a 2-2-1 press now. Newsom looks. He better not put it on the floor. Foul going to be called on Shawn Haney. Shawn Haney picks up foul number 1. Ron Newsom will go to the line on the 1-and-1. 2-2-1, causing a little bit of difficulty for West Fairmont once you put the ball on the floor.
East Fairmont showing they can hold their own and battle back with their own pressured full court defense.
They've outscored West Fairmont 12-7 here in the second quarter. Mike Golston is coming in, and coming out for a deserved rest is Rodney Stewart.
Kevin Loudin has almost single-handedly brought the Bees back to the game. Did he score it all in the first quarter, D.D.?
They never scored any. Gave up, had a nice assist.
He's already come back with 7 in the second quarter.
Newsom on the line. He has 2 points. He converts.
Newsom, one of the quickest men on the court.
Just a sophomore. Has 3 points. It is 21-17. And the second one is good. In junior high school, he couldn't make a layup with his left hand, but his first 2 tonight was a left-handed layup, which impressed me. Here is East Fairmont. Danny Morgan into the front court. Gives it off to Haney near the midcourt line. Now let's see. We have Newsom on Haney. Let's see who's on Loudin. See if we can pick it up. Here's Haney on Newsom. Turns away from it, but misses a shot. Thought he could take the boy downtown, but didn't do it. Here's Sheets. Sheets to the right side to Fitzwater. Golson is posted down low along with Benson. Sheets and Newsom are your starting 5 now. Rodney Stewart is out. Here's Sheets, 3-point line. 2-point line, just inside the 3. Troy Sheets with his first 2, averaging 11.5. High pass into Collins. Loudin, nice pass with the right hand off of the dribble to Morgan. Morgan holds. Pass is stolen by Benson. Puts it on the floor. Loudin goes for it. Can't get it to Fitzwater. High pass overthrown to Troy Sheets. Troy Sheets, 6'2" jumping jack. Couldn't get that ball. Another turnover for West Fairmont. How's the turnover situation look so far for West Fairmont?
West only has 3, Deed. I have 7 for East Fairmont. But both teams have calmed down to play the second quarter.
They sure have. Loudin, guarded by Fitzwater, may have lost control of the ball. Fitzwater tips it out. It's out to East Fairmont with 3:55 to go. We've been so intent in the action, we haven't been giving you the time of the score. It's 24-17. West Fairmont leads by 7. They held a 9-point lead at the end of the first quarter. 24-17, 3:50 remaining. Here's Haney at 3-point range. Into Morgan. Morgan's turning, trying to go on Benson. He could be called for traveling, or is it a foul on Benson? It's going to be a foul on Benson. That's number 3 on Scott Benson. Morgan took his frame right into Scott Benson, and the referee whistled that play right away.
That's what you have to do when you play against a talented player and a very highly rated player. You have to take it right to him. You can't back down. You got to show him that you're not intimidated at all and hold your own. And that's what Danny Morgan did on that play.
Coach Lawson telling Benson a few things on the bench as Bobby Starkey comes in. Coach Lawson knows his basketball. He's playing under Everett Case at North Carolina State, one of the true remarkable ACC coaches. And then Press Maravich was at North Carolina State for a year, and as Coach Lawson says, Pete just didn't have the grades to go there, so LSU made a package deal with Press and Pete Maravich both, and they went down to Baton Rouge, and the rest is history.
Coach Lawson, one of Marion County's all-time best coaches. He's taken his West Fairmont team to the States many times.
And coached the North All-Stars, too. 24-18, Morgan converts his free throw. Here's Golson. Nice pass straight ahead. The front court to Fitzwater. Right side of the free throw lane. Along the baseline. Troy Sheets may be called for the foul. Going for the loose ball on the rebound. Troy Sheets picks up foul number 2. So in the first half, we could have, by the mid-third quarter, some boys in real deep foul trouble.
Yeah, if this play continues as it has, it's a very, very physical game, both inside, but not only on the inside, very physical out on the open court with this very intense full-court press used by both teams. So the fouls would definitely be a factor, especially near the fourth quarter.
Kevin Loudin's on the line. He's 2 of 2 with 7 points. A nice, relaxed stance. I love his free throw shooting. He's shooting 70%, 31 of 44, and he's done nothing to diminish that mark so far as he goes for his 4th free throw. 3:34 remaining is 24-20. Loudin has 9 points, all of them in the second half. Golson holds the ball to Newsom. On that 2-2-1 press to Golson. Looks straight ahead, wants to throw it ahead, now does. Here's Fitzwater to the right side, intending it, but unsuccessfully to Bobby Starkey. And immediately Preston Myers comes in, and Fitzwater setting down. Roger Michaels is still in. Scott Nestor back in for the Bees. Morgan will trigger out. Loudin and Haney control the backcourt. Pass into Haney. He's quickly double-teamed. Looks to throw it to Morgan. He gets it to Morgan. Morgan not a flashy ball player, but looks pretty solid. Here's Loudin shifting from right to left. Shovel pass in the lane on an attempted assist, but let's see. Could be a foul on, who is it going to be, on Loudin?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Let's wait and see. I don't want to say that it is Kevin Loudin. That's 2 fouls on Loudin. He was looking to drive with that patent right to left move and dish it off inside, but he got called for the charge. Golson on a pass from Sheets to Newsom.
I think I'm more impressed with Loudin's passing than his shooting, D.D. He's a great shooter also, but his passing and his shake and bake moves, he leaves the defender standing.
Troy Sheets travels. Coach Lawson calls out some encouragement. Golson is out. Let's see, try to pick up the number, and the man that came in, Rodney Stewart's back in. Man-to-man all over the court. Nice pass to Nestor. Nestor comes down. Goes over Starkey. Loose ball tipped out of bounds by West Fairmont out to East Fairmont. With 2:47 remaining, 24-20. West Fairmont holds a slim 4-point lead. East Fairmont, Kevin Loudin will trigger it out of bounds. Pass to the right corner to Nestor and moves out on front. Over to, for 3 points for Kevin Loudin. So Loudin has 12 points. He has come to life. 24-23. Sheets to Newsom. Up to Stewart. Stewart hounded by Sivak. Newsom to the left side to Myers and back to Sheets to the right side to Newsom at the 3-point line. Cross-court pass to Troy Sheets. Trying to get untracked himself. He's been held intact real good so far. He drives that baseline. He wants that shot. Throws it outside. Loudin intercepts. Watch this. Here we go. 2-on-1. The Sivak, the drive. No good. Loudin tries to get the rebound. He spears it. Fakes beautifully. It rolls around the rim. No good. Up in the air for the follow. It's Scott Nestor on another offensive rebound, and Scott Nestor is fouled. Let's see who the foul is on. 32. Ron Newsom. Foul number 2 on Newsom. Scott Nestor will go to the line for 2 shots. Bill Sivak drove, missed a shot. Loudin got the rebound off position, tried to shoot it over Starkey. Couldn't make it, and Nestor cleared the rebound and got fouled by Ron Newsom. So he's on the line for 2 shots. Exciting game has turned around from a rather dull first quarter to a most exciting second quarter, Sam.
This East Fairmont team has come alive. Both of the student body crowds for East Fairmont and West Fairmont have been on their feet this whole first half. Into the action very intensely, rooting their teams on. And I tell you, we got to give East Fairmont credit. They haven't backed down. They came back inside. They came back with their own strong press, full court, and they've handled it very well.
24-23. Nestor misses the first one, converts the second one. He now has 6 points and 3 of 4. It's all tied up with 2 minutes to go in the first half. 24-24. Sheets has it. Gets it upstairs to Myers. Back to Sheets. To Myers, almost intercepted by Nestor. Down to King, who's in the lineup. Coach Lawson runs those ball players in and out with lightning speed. To Sheets, looking inside for King. Double post down low. Myers, Sheets to the left side. And back out front and to the right to Sheets, who's going to take it. Bingo! Troy Sheets with 4 points.
I'll tell you what, though, Didi, he's also, so far, the game's leading rebounder. He's a guard. He has 5 rebounds in his first half.
That's surprising. It hasn't appeared that he's gotten that many. Here's Sivak to Loudin. He wants to shoot. He drives. He hangs. And he's fouled. Fouled by Rodney Stewart.
Nice hanging one-hander.
First foul on Stewart. Loudin to go back to the line. He doesn't force a shot. He knows how to drive and hang in the air and get the best position.
He has a unique body control that you won't see on a high school level very, very rarely at all.
12 points for him. Shawn Haney comes back in. Shawn Haney had a great game on the Friday night against North Marion as East Fairmont defeated them. I think he had 29 points or something in that area. Loudin connects the first free throw. He's 5 of 5 from the line. 13 points all in the second quarter. 26-25. West Fairmont by 1, and now it is tied 26-26, a minute 13 remaining. It's anybody's ball game. Sheets has it, guarded on that 2-2-1 press. Gives it off to Myers and back to Sheets. Down here to number 42 is a new person. That's his number, rebounded by East Fairmont. Stolen away. Here comes West Fairmont 2-on-1. Preston Myers drives over Loudin for the layup. Nice play by Preston Myers. He gets his first 2, and East Fairmont's called for walking on the turnover on the inbounds pass. Will be given out to West Fairmont.
Kevin Loudin's so quick, sometimes too quick for himself.
Inbounds pass to Myers. Steps inside the 3 for the shot. Preston Myers has 2 straight baskets. 30-26. Long lead pass from Loudin down to Nestor. The basket is good, and a blocking foul called on West Fairmont. The blocking foul is going to go on Troy Sheets, and that's 3 fouls on Sheets. Count the basket by Scott Nestor, and that's 8 points for Nestor. 6 here in the second quarter. 30-28. East Fairmont counters very quickly as Greg Collins comes back in the lineup in a wise move. With 34 seconds, Kevin Loudin sits down to prevent him from getting a 3rd foul. Coach Hawkins, a nice move. Golson replaces Sheets. So both Sheets and Scott Benson are on the bench with 3 fouls.
And East Fairmont taking advantage of that inside. Beautiful play by Scott Nestor. Scott Benson's been on the bench almost this entire second quarter. So East Fairmont is taking advantage of that situation.
Nestor misses a free throw, and on the rebound, we're going to have a foul against East Fairmont. We'll try to listen to the public address announcer and catch the foul. We're on the opposite side of the official scores table, so it's Phil Sivak picks up his 2nd foul. Loudin comes back in. Now, this is a move designed purely for offense, I'm sure. With 33 seconds to go to get the last shot and to go to bread and butter man Kevin Loudin. On the line, number 24, Bobby Starkey, who doesn't have any points tonight. He's 1-1. He's got it. In the second quarter, West Fairmont is 4-4. The free throw shooting is picked up excellent by both teams from a dismal first quarter to an excellent second quarter. 31-28. It's a 3-point lead for West Fairmont with 33 seconds to go. He misses a second one. Just as soon as I say they're doing good, he misses. Here is a violation, walking. And obviously the East Fairmont fans are a little bit upset with that call because they thought he walked because he got fouled. But Golson will take it out under the West Fairmont basket for the Polar Bears. Pass goes to Myers. He nailed one a while ago. Fitzwater hustles back to get it as it goes off his fingers to Myers. Myers with 23 seconds to Golson. Now with 20 seconds. Inside to Starkey. Pass intended down under for Stewart. It's taken away by East Fairmont. Pass from Loudin up to Haney. Loudin always keeping his eyes up with 11 seconds. Back to Loudin. 8 seconds for 3 in the air. Count it.
Oh, Kevin Loudin at his finest with 1 second left.
17 points for Kevin Loudin.
Oh, man.
And the game is tied at the end of the first half on a 3-pointer by Kevin Loudin. And Coach Lawson's a little bit aggravated with the ball players for not stopping that play. Kevin Loudin with 3 3-pointers here in the second quarter has brought the East Fairmont team back, and now it is tied at halftime. 31-31 in an exciting turnaround. We'll be back with more action after these words from your sponsors.
Clarksburg Radiator is happy to sponsor the high school game of the week. For 35 years, Clarksburg Radiator has been a proven, reliable business, specializing in automotive radiators and heater repairs, also heavy equipment radiator service. They're fast, they're dependable. So come in or call and ask for Jim or Joe Toothman at Clarksburg Radiator, Route 19 at the West Fork Bridge in Adamston.
Well, we're back after an exciting first half. Sam, I know you've played in many games that have been exciting in the second quarter and the game's heated up. And what's it like if this is the second quarter? What's it going to be like in the fourth quarter?
Oh, I don't know. I tell you, it's an unbelievable feeling when you're a player and you come down and for example, on East Fairmont team, you come out and you play a first quarter where you're almost not even there. And then all of a sudden, the intensity, the adrenaline starts flowing, the momentum starts hitting you. And when the crowd gets behind you, you feel like you can do anything. And case in point, what about this Kevin Loudin? Unbelievable talent. Coming down with no points at all in the first quarter, 17 second quarter points. With 9 seconds left, he stopped, calmly looked at the clock, and from deep in three-point territory, let it fly, and he nailed it. What a turnaround.
And 6 of 6 from the free throw line. And Coach Lawson said that their main key would be to overplay Kevin Loudin and prevent him from getting the ball. But that time they did not make the overplay, and he got the ball and fired in his third of three-point plays to lead the Bees at halftime to this 31-31 tie. An interesting aspect is that while the East Fairmont Bees have not necessarily been known for three-point plays, they have hit 4 of them here in the first half. Kevin Loudin now has 11 three-pointers on the year. Shawn Haney didn't not connect one, but Scott Nestor did. On the other side of the ledger for West Fairmont, I think you might have to say that the third foul on Scott Benson, as Danny Morgan took the ball into him and got fouled with about 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, has been the key reason that East Fairmont has been able to make the surge that they have to come back and tie this game at halftime.
No doubt about it, D.D. With Scott Benson on the bench with that big frame, that physical presence not there anymore, East Fairmont was able to penetrate. They were there to grab the offensive rebounds, and that was a big factor. That's a big change from the first quarter and the second quarter.
And so Scott Benson had to sit down for most of the second quarter, averaging 21 points a game there. And you don't want a guy who already had 10 points up until that time, was on his way to well over 20, to have to sit down. And then Troy Sheets, who has not been off to a great start this evening, but who has been averaging about 12 points a game, picks up his third foul, and he has to go out. So you have 2 West Fairmont boys with 3 fouls each that could play big havoc here in the second half. For East Fairmont, on the other hand, Kevin Loudin has 2 fouls, and Phil Sivak has 2. So they're not in as much danger as West Fairmont. Quickly, in the first half, how does the turnovers and the rebounds look, Sam? Is that pretty even, or how's it stack up?
Well, D.D., the score isn't the only thing that's been even this game. Unofficially, I have the turnovers and the rebounding for each side dead even. I have each team with 7 turnovers apiece. East Fairmont came out real sloppy the first quarter, but they toned it down the second quarter. I have both teams also with 14 rebounds for the first half. The surprise for West Fairmont has been Troy Sheets. He's one of the guards in their 3-guard offense, but with Scott Benson on the bench, he came inside, picked up the slack, he pounded the defensive boards, so that's a big surprise for West Fairmont. But as you mentioned, D.D., I think the foul situation is going to be a key factor in the second half, no doubt about that.
Well, we want you to stay tuned right with us tonight, and this game will also be shown tomorrow night here on WLYJ. And this coming Saturday, we also have an excellent game for you. This coming Saturday and Monday, following Monday, we have Morgantown playing University High. Morgantown was on the first game of the season with us against North Marion. North Marion defeated them by 1 point. And you really can't go by comparison, because if you would want to compare scores of East Side and West Side with North Marion and with Morgantown, you would spend all night trying to figure out who would come on top. North Marion defeated West Fairmont one time. East Fairmont has defeated North Marion. North Marion defeated Morgantown. West Fairmont defeated Morgantown, so you're kind of back to square one. This goes to show you that in high school ball, when somebody's on, they're on, and it can make a big difference in the game. And here we are, tied up 31-31. And what more can you say? But this Saturday, let's give you the rest of our schedules. We have it, and we may be adding some more games. Morgantown will be playing University at Morgantown Gymnasium. We'll be on hand for that game this coming Saturday and Sunday. Next Wednesday and next Thursday, we go down to Doddridge County, where the Doddridge Bulldogs are having a fantastic year, 8-2. And they're just running people in the ground all over the place. The other day, they defeated Notre Dame by some 15 points. And they'll be taking on the Roosevelt Wilson Prexies. And RW's come off of a big win with Notre Dame last Friday. Then we move on to Bridgeport. Bridgeport right in the thick of things for the Class AA championship. And they're in Harrison County. They're going to meet Philip Barber. And we're going to see a leading scorer in Ron Johnson for the Philip Barber Colts on February 6th and the 7th. February 6th, Saturday, and the 8th. And then we're going to put a game in the following week. We're not quite sure what one it's going to be. But then we swing back in action on February the 17th for Notre Dame and South Harrison, as the South Harrison team will travel to Notre Dame land. Then St. Francis, Notre Dame, Philip Barber, and Lewis, and close it out with Grafton and WI. We're going to close out this halftime show and be back for the start of the second half after these words from your sponsor.
I'm Pete Stodd with Nationwide Insurance, and I'd like to take this time to congratulate the coaches, players, cheerleaders, and all the faculty who has made the basketball programs of these two schools so successful this year.
For all the insurance needs you might have, see Pete Stodd, right here in Fairmont across from the Middletown Mall. For your home or business, auto or life insurance, Pete Stodd is your nationwide agent. Call 363-2136. Nationwide is on your side.
The high school game of the week is steadily becoming one of the most popular programs in the area. Your business or organization can take advantage of top-rated television advertising for a low cost by sponsoring any or all of these heavily watched area high school games. Show your support for high school athletics through the medium of television. Call weekdays at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 623-5783.
Ready for the start of the second half. 31-31. East Fairmont, West Fairmont comes back on the court. Sam, quickly, what do you think the keys are for East Fairmont to win or for West Fairmont to win?
Well, East Fairmont needs to keep the level of intensity that they created. They got back in the second quarter. They need to continue to turn Kevin Loudin loose. This guy can take over a ball game, which we saw the second quarter. For West Fairmont, I think the big key, they need to stay out of foul trouble. They need to pound the boards, but what's going over the back and stay in the game that way.
And he's back in underneath. A lot of action. Somebody makes the basket. Can't quite tell who it is. We don't know. We'll try and pick it up later. But Ronnie Newsom's back in for Preston Myers. I just don't know who got that basket. We were screened off as fans come and move back to halftime. Here comes Sheets into the lane for the layup, or for the jump shot about 6 feet away. So we'll be off 2 points in the final statistics. It's tied up 33-all with 7:21 to go. Here's Loudin. Watch him go. Left hand this time. He's got it. I was going to say in the second quarter, Sam, he made one less point than the whole West Fairmont team. West Fairmont got 18 points in the second quarter. He got 17. Newsom now tries to dribble on Haney. Off the Sheets. Overplayed by Loudin. Doesn't get it. Sheets shovels to Benson. Off the board. Around. No good. Haney on the rebound. Morgan looks up. Here comes the pass. Whoa, and a tripping foul. Inadvertent, going to be called. If it's on Sheets, he's in trouble. Or if it's on Rodney Stewart, let's see who the foul's going to go on. Rodney Stewart. So Troy Sheets is spared. 2 fouls on Stewart. Loudin calls the inbound play. The pass was intended for Greg Collins, who's in the game to start the second half. Collins gives it out to Haney. Looks in for Morgan. He drives to the right side, gives it back to Morgan, cross court to Nestor. Newsom on Loudin, but giving him plenty of room. Bounce pass to Collins. He fakes, he turns, he banks it over Sheets. Good. 2 points now, the first 2 for Greg Collins. He missed a free throw in the first quarter. Newsom with his left hand over to Sheets. Sheets, a little jumper. Wheesh! Wheesh is a new word I just invented, Sam. Long layup, a pass from Loudin down to Nestor.
That's also go along with the word Donnybrook.
Yeah.
You have to explain that to our fans later on if we have time, Dee Dee.
Nice assist by Kevin Loudin as he fed it down to Nestor. It is 39-35. Sheets, he's got it. Sheets 6 straight points. He's got 10 points, and now Troy Sheets lighting up the scoreboard. 39-37. Pass intended for Loudin, stolen by Sheets. Here he goes. One-on-one with Morgan. Oh, he misses. Too hard. Newsom on the offensive rebound. He's fouled from behind by Nestor. So Scott Nestor fouls, number 2 fouls on Scott.
Both teams coming out red hot after the halftime break.
And running as well.
Picking up right where they left off. It's the end of the second quarter.
Well, as you said, the intensity level can only build from this point. It's not going to go down anymore, that's for sure. We're kind of screened away here on the right side. The pass comes out to Preston Myers, who's in. Off to Golston. So Newsom still in. Pass to Benson. Tipped away by Danny Morgan. Out of bounds, West Fairmont under West Fairmont's basket. The score is 39-37. East Fairmont has regained the lead.
Every time Scott Benson even thinks about getting the ball inside, there's 2 or 3 guys collapsing on him.
Sheets pass to Benson. Benson on the floor, dives for it, picks it up, loose again. Golston picks it up. Double team by Haney and by Morgan, but shovels it back outside of Newsom, and Newsom will start it over to Sheets. Sheets takes that one step trying to get set up for his jump shot. Myers, Sheets, guarded. Newsom in the lane, left hand shot, no good. Struggle for the ball underneath, and there is Collins picking it up. Quickly down on the break to Nestor. On a pass from Morgan to Loudin. Watch him go. Count it. 21 points for Kevin Loudin.
Showing why he's an All-American living up to that billing.
When he takes it to the hoop, you don't have to say a word. His actions speak for themselves.
Quicker than a cat.
Sheets. Good college prospect right there. Driving to the corner in the baseline. Back out. Stolen away by Haney. On a pass intended out front. Pass under by Collins. To Collins, he misses. Golston on the rebound. Quickly down to Myers. Myers looks away, gives it to Sheets, looking inside for Benson. Sheets drives, bounce pass to Benson, overplayed by East Fairmont. Stolen away by Nestor. Gives it to Loudin. Turnover, West Fairmont.
That's 3 quick turnovers for West Fairmont.
Bill Lawson a little concerned on the bench.
East Fairmont, though, is small inside, doing an excellent job of stopping Scott Benson.
Loudin misses, and there's Benson on the rebound. It's been a while since we called his name for a board. Troy Sheets now running the show. Off to Newsom. To Sheets, he's going to take it. In and out. Rebound, there's Collins again. Greg Collins has come to life in the second half. Loudin quickly down to Nestor. Good eye for the ball. In under. Beautiful pass to Morgan, and Morgan puts it in for 5 points.
You notice that Scott Benson didn't jump that time because he's in foul trouble, so East Fairmont's going to take advantage of the inside game now.
43-37, East Fairmont by 6. As Sheets takes it to the corner, it is stripped away, stolen by Myers, by Haney. He goes for the layup and puts it in. Shawn Haney with 4 points, and West Fairmont wants timeout.
What a game.
Tim Fitzwater prepares to check into the lineup. So with 3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the third quarter, East Fairmont has scored 14 points to 6 for West Fairmont. They lead 45-37, and we'll be back in a moment after a word from your sponsors.
Here comes Astro to defend the universe from foreign invaders and drastically high car prices. Right now, get a great-looking 88 Buick Skylark for just $219 a month, or a brand-new Buick Century Custom for $219. The 88 Buick Regal is yours for just $219 a month. Make your deal today, because there's no place on earth to get a better deal than Astro Buick Olds Fairmont.
Insurance can be very complicated with so many companies and varied kinds of coverage and difficult terminology. It's good to have an insurance agent you can trust to help you. One who will provide you with the very best coverage at the lowest possible cost. Hunter Insurance Agency is that kind of agency. Call today at 366-2500 in Fairmont and 292-8017 in Morgantown. Hunter Insurance Agency, 503 Morgantown Avenue in Fairmont.
With 3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the third quarter, East Fairmont has outscored West Fairmont 14-6. And overall, since the end of the first quarter, Sam, East Fairmont has outscored West Fairmont 40-24. So they've outscored them by 16 points in a quarter and a half.
They've came out the second half and they've totally dominated. They've ran up and down, and what's been surprising to me, they went inside. They went inside on Scott. It's not surprised, but it's not characteristic of their style of play. But they've made it count.
And Kevin Loudin has been able to score 21 of those 40 points.
What a player, boy. I tell you, that one, he can totally take over a game. I tell you, he's shown it so far. And he's very quiet. He doesn't say much, doesn't show a lot of emotion, but he lets his actions speak.
Fitzwater is in for Newsom. I'm sure that's to guard Loudin. 2-3 zone. East Fairmont's made a nice shift when they went out of the man-to-man to the zone. Fitzwater over to Myers for three. It's no good. Benson grabs it off of Nestor and puts it in. Scott Benson, first two of the second half, 12 points, and that's his first two of the second half. He's been relatively quiet until that time. Let's see if that sparks him to life. Here goes Loudin down the lane. Nice dish. Oh, it's blocked by Golson on a shot. That's put up again by Collins. No good. Fitzwater has it on an outlet pass from Benson. 3-on-2 to Golson. Drives on Loudin and puts it in. Beautiful shot by Mike Golson. A beautiful assist by Tim Fitzwater.
Well, Benson's starting to come back to life.
Got the rebound and dished it out. That's one of the Patton and West Fairmont fast breaks. 45-41. Man-to-man, still at it. Preston Myers on Shawn Haney. Haney brings it over the line. He has 4 points. Trying to overplay. The pass is taken away. Intended for Nestor. Taken away by Sheets. Here goes Golson. Driving. Bank shot off the board. Fitzwater tries to get it. Nestor tries to get it. Nestor knocks away right into the hands of Preston Myers, who puts it in. He has 6 points. Preston Myers makes it 45-43. West Fairmont trails by 2. East Fairmont in the gold and blue ahead with 2:15 to go as Haney tries to drive on Preston Myers. Preston Myers steals on a pass from Nestor. Lead pass up to Sheets on Loudin. Turns on it, puts it in. Troy Sheets with 12 points. And quickly the turnaround has returned itself around. And from a score of 45-37, West Fairmont has come out and nailed 8 straight points. And with 1:54 remaining in the third quarter, the score of 45-45. And we'll be back in a moment after a word from your sponsors.
East Africa is where most American couples might settle. Most aren't like Peace Corps volunteers Anita and Jim Powell's. They're teaching fish farming and a race against hunger, helping people to survive today's problems and tomorrow's. There'll be fish in the ponds and protein in the diets. No matter what your skill, you don't know how much you have to offer until you offer it. Take home a world of experience and leave behind something that will last for generations. Peace Corps, the toughest job you'll ever love.
Well, with about 3 minutes and some to go, we said the score was 45-37 in favor of East Fairmont. Now with 1:54 to go, I tell you the score is 45-45 here at the Marion County Armory, with the side of the game between Fairmont East and Fairmont West. With 8 straight points, West Fairmont has tied it up. And so now we go back to action. Shawn Haney being guarded by Preston Myers. Danny Morgan, Haney's back. See if they try to go inside and draw that 4th foul on Benson. That's an important move. Just as I say that, Morgan starts his move, but dishes it back off to the side to Nestor. Stolen away, now picked up by Morgan. And let's see, it could be a foul on Benson. Is it going to be on number 22, Preston Myers? So whatever it is, I know Coach Lawson's hoping it's not going to be on Benson.
Yeah, West Fairmont can ill afford to lose Scott Benson. He's come back to life this third quarter, and he's made a significant contribution. Just having his presence underneath the boards, making those East Fairmont players think, but they need to continue to take it inside, Dee Dee.
I think that's what East Fairmont will try and do this third quarter. They reach the rest of the third quarter. Danny Morgan for 2 shots. He nails it. Well, believe it or not, with 7 minutes played near, that's the first free throw of the third quarter. First free throw of the second half. Danny Morgan with 6 points. 46-45. We've got another good game, Sam, on WLYJ. Nestor tries to get the missed shot, but Golson clears it out of there. to Sheets, straight ahead to Newsom to the corner to Benson. He drives, reverse layup underneath. Blocking foul going to be called on Kevin Loudin. 3 fouls on Loudin. And now Loudin and Benson both have 3. Courageous drive. Loudin tried to get this charge, but instead picked up the block as Benson reversed himself under the basket. Couldn't get the layup, but was fouled. He'll shoot 2. Benson with 12 points on 5 field goals and 2 of 4 from the line.
He's also come on to pick up 6 rebounds, Edie.
Doing a good job.
Sitting out most of the first half, pretty much the entire second quarter.
It's a tie game, 46 all, and he'll try to put the Polar Bears ahead by 1. Nice, soft release. He's 4 of 6. So West Fairmont as a whole is picking up the free throw shooting, 9 of 18. They're now 50%.
If ever a game lived up to its pregame billing, this is it.
Here's a pass intended for Morgan from Haney. Out of the reach of Morgan. Phil Sivak comes in. Shawn Haney sits down. Shawn Haney with 4 points. Here comes Roger Michaels. Looks like he's limping, Sam. I don't know if that's just from...
I think it's a cool walk, Dee. It's like a Dee, me, and Gates.
Scott Nestor sits down. Are we in a 1-3-1? I can't quite tell. Here's Sheets in the corner. Bounce pass to Benson underneath, puts it in. Tried to get the charge, but they couldn't do it. Benson was 16, and the difference is when Benson's in the lineup.
Big difference. For this stage in the game, they have to, no choice but to keep going inside.
49-46, Fitzwater on Loudin. Loudin looks over at Hawkins. He's going for 3. No good. Sivak and Golson fight for it. Golson gets it. Toss ahead is deflected by East Fairmont, out of bounds to West Fairmont. Greg Collins made a nice deflection. Tried to steal it. Couldn't quite get and reach it out of bounds. The ball came right near our broadcasting booth. So
Mike Golden's been doing a super job pounding the boards.
There's Benson underneath on a beautiful assist from Sheets. Benson has 18 points, so he's come to life.
It was all loud in the second quarter, and it's been pretty much Benson the latter part of this third quarter.
We have 28 seconds to go, 51-46. West Fairmont has scored about 13 unanswered points. Loudin misses. He's cooled off. Newsom running. He's got one man to beat. Throws it to Fitzwater. Drives. Puts it up and in. A nice assist from Ron Newsom. Timmy Fitzwater has 8 points. 8 seconds. 7, 6. There's Loudin for 3. Short. Follows his shot beautifully. Misses again. Missed 5 in a row. Benson is walking. It doesn't matter. The third quarter comes to a close. And West Fairmont has struck and struck big. After being behind 43-36, they have riddled off 13 points to 3 for East Fairmont. And at the end of the third quarter, your score, West Fairmont 53, East Fairmont 46. And we'll be back in a moment after a word from your friendly sponsors.
This message is brought to you by Stodd's Family Restaurant. Your meals should always be something special, and special meals are a part of the Stodd's tradition. Stodd's has faithfully served the Fairmont area for 55 years, and the reputation for delicious food and friendly service has remained strong. On Saturdays, Stodd's Spectacular Buffet is open from 4 to 8 p.m., and it's all you can eat for $6.50. So for any meal of the day, or when you're just plain hungry, come to Stodd's Family Restaurant. Fine dining in a Christian atmosphere.
Insurance can be very complicated with so many companies and varied kinds of coverage and difficult terminology. It's good to have an insurance agent you can trust to help you. One who will provide you with the very best coverage at the lowest possible cost. Hunter Insurance Agency is that kind of agency. Call today at 366-2500 in Fairmont and 292-8017 in Morgantown. Hunter Insurance Agency, 503 Morgantown Avenue in Fairmont.
We're back. Last quarter, 43-46. Sam, 53-46. Sorry, West Fairmont leads. You mentioned you thought in that third quarter Sheets was one of the guys that brought West Fairmont back. He along with Benson.
No doubt about it, Dee. He came out at the very beginning of the third quarter, 6 straight points when they were down by, 7, 8, something like that?
Right.
And I think he sparked the life back into these Polar Bears. And now he got Scott Benson motivated, and he's taking over.
Benson with 18. Sheets out to Newsom, quickly moving the ball. Look how fast that movement is. Here's Benson. Way in the air is Collins. Golson gets it, tips it inbounds, but Phil Sivak picks it up for East Fairmont. So we start the last and final quarter, 7:40 to go. Fitzwater guarding Loudin closer. He drives in the lane, blocking foul. Going to be called on Golson, I believe. Fitzwater come up a little hurt there. He's holding his leg. He could be in some pain.
I pity anybody who has to guard Kevin Loudin for 32 minutes a night and try to maintain his moves, his quickness. What a tremendous athletic ability.
East Fairmont will toss the ball in. Nestor's going to take it. Might be for 3. Nope, 2 points. So Nestor hits his 12th point, and Scott Nestor's been a big motivator for the East Fairmont Bees. 53-48, 5-point lead with 7:22 to go. Again, moving the ball fast. Golson way in the air, skying over people. Collins on another rebound. Lead pass to Nestor. Newsom on him. Left-handed layup is good. Scott Nestor with 14 points. A nice pass. Assist from Collins, and now it's 53-50, just like that. From a 53-46 count, we go to 53-50. And East Fairmont answers with 2 baskets here in the final quarter. So, Sam, we're heading down the home stretch. Another good game on WLYJ. And looks like this one's going to be just like the North Marion Morgantown game, WIRW, and Lincoln Liberty game.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. This game is going to go down to the wire. Even a possibility we might see some overtime. This is one thing we alluded to earlier, Dee, was the fact that a team could be down by 6 or 7 points, and next you turn around a minute later, it's tied up again, and then the other team's winning by 5 or 6 points. It's such a fast-paced, high-tempo game, high-pressure type of game. And, you know, with 53-50, it's all, 7 minutes left. It's anybody's ball game. It's far from over. So I look to see a very exciting conclusion. Real quick, Dee, for some sports fans out in our listening area, we've had some questions on this new term you've come up with. It's an old term, I'm sure, we've never heard before. Explain to us real quick what a Donnybrook is.
Well, believe it or not, I used to love to listen to basketball on the radio. I used to follow Northwestern, and I think when I used to listen to Northwestern on WLS in Chicago, that the announcer used the Donnybrook when the game was down to the wire. And we've had a few of those Donnybrook down to the wires, and I don't know how the idea down to the wire originated, but I guess when you're down to the wire, something's going to happen. The bomb's going to go off. So we are here, and it's starting to get down to the wire. We got 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Fitzwater drives on Loudin, dishes it inside to Stewart. Stewart misses, gets his own rebound, goes up in the air. The shot won't drop. A foul is going to be committed and called on Greg Collins. And I'll tell you, I've been impressed with this Greg Collins here in the 3rd and 4th quarter for East Fairmont. He's been taking over the board play. I do not know if Roger Michael is hurt or not as a junior, but after the start of the game, he hasn't played very much, and I just wonder if being a junior, if they feel putting a senior in might be a little bit more advantageous.
Yeah, at this stage in the game, they may opt to go for some experience.
Well, whatever it is, Rodney Stewart misses the first free throw. It's 53-50, 6:38 remaining. But I've been impressed by Collins and the play of Scott Nestor a great deal. He has 14 points, but his breakaway layups have been nice on good passes from Kevin Loudin. 54-50 as Stewart has 3 points. Loudin, that's Phil Sivak driving, and Ron Newsom gets excellent position, and Sivak is called for the charge. So on Sivak, that's 3 fouls on him. It'll be given out to West Fairmont. Let's see now. East Fairmont hasn't gone out into the 2-2-1 press yet, but I look for them to come around with that pretty soon. 54-50, 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the contest. Here at the Armory, West Fairmont in white with blue numbers, blue polar bears. Sign on the front, and FSH on the side of their uniforms. Pass into Benson. Benson to Sheets, drives the baseline. Got it. Troy Sheets with 10 points in the second half, has 14 points, and it's 56-50. In case you just joined us, East Fairmont and West Fairmont from the Armory and Fairmont, East Fairmont in blue with yellow and white piping, white numbers. Loudin misses, 6 straight misses for Kevin. After scoring 17 in the second quarter and 4 in the third quarter, he's cooled down again. He's got to pick up that momentum because he is the bread and butter. Here's Benson. Nice dish pass along the baseline, but we got a foul on Benson as he charges in, and there's number 31, Greg Collins, who set up for the charge. 4 fouls on Scott Benson. Well, does that change your strategy if you're the coach? You got your big man with 4 fouls.
Well, he's taking, Coach Lawson's taking Benson out of the game, but I don't know if I would, GD, to be honest with you. At this point in the game, with the still being anyone's game, you saw what happened in the first half when they took him out of the game. It was a total turnaround because East Fairmont was able to take the ball inside and counteracted very, very wisely.
Kevin Loudin motions everybody away. Bobby Starkey replaces Scott Benson.
I look to see Eastside started to go inside now. A lot more.
Here he goes. He stops at the 2-point line. He misses. Morgan tries for it inside, tries to smash it or throw it off the leg of Rodney Stewart, and he may have been successful at that point.
Good hustle by Danny Morgan.
Unofficially, we have Kevin Loudin missing his last 7 shots, so that's a big factor. Here's Nestor. He misses off the front of the rim. There's Collins. Oh, this Collins is impressive.
It's also 6 rebounds for Collins.
He's come to life. He has only 4 points, but I've been impressed by his board play and the way he got that 4th foul on Benson. Here's Newsom in the front court. Looks toward the corner to Stewart, but can't give it to him. And Sheets sets it back out to Newsom. Newsom directs traffic. Nicely, I might add. Fitzwater has it. Playing with 3 guards. Really a small lineup for the Fairmont West Polar Bears.
East Fairmont sitting back in a 2-3 zone.
Sheets hanging in the air. Misses. Tap up is not there by Stewart. Stolen away by Fitzwater from Collins. Dish down inside to Stewart, and he's called for the charge. 3 fouls on Stewart. West Fairmont brings in Goldston right away, and sitting down is Stewart.
I'm sure that Kevin Loudin will continue to shoot. Any good shooter will shoot out of a slump, and he's too good of a ball player to let that affect him, especially this important of a game and this time of the game also.
This is crunch time, as they say. Another cliche that is overused. Nice pass by Loudin into Morgan. Can't get it. I think he wanted to use his left hand, but went up with his right. We got a foul called on West Fairmont. Let's see who it's going to be. We're waiting for the official announcer to... Greg Collins, that's a foul on East Fairmont. So West Fairmont will take the ball out of bounds. So aggressive play by Collins, picks up his 3rd foul. It's been a well-officiated game, Sam.
Oh, a very clean game. We talked about earlier how all the turnovers in the first half. There's only been about 3 or 4 turnovers for each team in the second half, and it's been a very clean, hard-fought game.
Here's a turnover by Fitzwater to Loudin. He drives, hangs, shoots around the rim, won't drop. Sivak throws it up, no good. There's Nestor, and he's fouled from behind. I think the foul on West Fairmont may go on Fitzwater. It does. So for Tim Fitzwater, that's only his 2nd foul. But what I liked about East Fairmont was they took it to the hoop 2 times and got the offensive foul. And there's Scott Nestor on the line, who has 14 points.
I'd say I'm impressed with this Nestor kid. The way he's kept his head, he's handled the ball, fast breaking, and pounding the boards inside. A solid all-around game.
There's 4 minutes exactly to go in the game.
You know, Dede, that's the way it happened. Just as I were talking about the hard-fought, clean-cut game, there's a turnover. But for the way this game has been, that's to be expected.
56-52. West Fairmont leads by 4 points. There's 4 minutes to go, and the 2nd shot is put in. So that's 15 points for Scott Nestor. He's working with Kevin Loudin to get up to that 21 mark. Preston Myers to Fitzwater, who drives, shoots over Nestor. Nestor got him. Fitzwater took it to the hoop, nice. And for Scott Nestor, that's his 3rd foul. That will send Tim Fitzwater to the line, who has 8 points on 3 field goals, and he's 2 of 3 from the free throw line. So we have a chance to increase that margin just a little bit. Coming in now is Shawn Haney. Scott Nestor sits out for East Fairmont.
I've been real impressed with the play of number 20, Mike Goldson. He's not one of West Fairmont's more heralded players, but he's pounded the boards relentlessly, using his strength inside, and he's very, very impressive offensively on the boards.
And his speed outside. 2nd shot misses. There's Goldston, just as you call his name. He gets the offensive rebound, goes in the air, and he's fouled, I think, by Danny Morgan. Number 33. No, maybe it's not. Yep. That's 2 fouls on Morgan. And stepping to the line for 2 more shots is Golson. But like I said, the 2 games that West Fairmont has lost this year, they have lost on the second night of back-to-back games, and they've also lost because of poor free throw shooting. North Marion beat them 56-50, and Brook beat them 58-54. They outgoaled Brook from the field, but they lost at the free throw line. And right now they're in a slump in shooting like they were in the first quarter. In this last quarter, they have 1 of 5 from the line. Overall, 8 of 21. Now 9 of 22, and in this quarter, just 2 of 6. But they lead by 4 points with 3 minutes and 34 seconds to go. And now, look for the fireworks. Here's Shawn Haney. 3 by Phil Sivak, way off. Picked up by Sheets as it bounces far back. Down to Preston Myers, and Preston Myers will hold it up.
It's Scott Benson back in the lineup. I look to go inside to him.
Pass over to Sheets to the left side of Myers. He looks inside for Benson, just as you say it. And he's got a foul over top. It's Greg Collins. That's 4 fouls on Collins. And that'll send West Fairmont to the line on the 1-1. Scott Benson, the big 6'6" senior, who scored 8 points in the third quarter and has 18 points, will step to the line with a 4-point lead, 3 minutes and 14 seconds to go.
It would really be interesting to see what would happen, DD, if this game was were to go into overtime with the foul situation. We would undoubtedly see a few key players sitting on the bench.
Yeah, because there's some foul difficulties out there. Loudin with 3, Collins with 4, Sivak and Nestor with 3. Scott Benson, who's shooting with 19 points, has 4 fouls, and Troy Sheets has 3, and he stayed out of this fourth one. Rodney Stewart has 3. Benson connects, and he's doing real good at the line now. He's 6 of 8 from the line. He has 20 points. He has 20 points. Loudin with 21 are the 2 leading scorers. Here's Loudin for 3. 8 misses. Bounces off of Fitzwater's knee. East Fairmont has the shot by Haney's no good. Morgan tries to get a Kevin Loudin left-handed shot off the board.
Left-handed as he fell down. What a shot.
23 points, 59-55. Pass over to Golston. Cool, throws it over his head to Sheets. That's the way to hold the ball over your head when you're short. Golston directs Fitzwater to come outside and get the ball over to Sheets from Preston Myers. Out of 3-point against the 2-3. The zone sags back. Myers goes for 3. It's short. It's in front of the rim. Sivak on a bounce pass ahead to Haney. 1-on-1 against Myers. Myers' basket is good, and a foul on Preston Myers. The basket makes it 59-57. Shawn Haney all the way. And now for Haney, that's only 6 points. And I'm sure he wants to get back in the groove of things, and this may put him back in the groove. 2:24 to go. That's all there is, Sam. 2-point lead. It's dangerous to get a 7-point lead because it dissipates real fast.
Oh, when you play 2 teams this type of a game, the up-tempo type game they play, a 6-7-point lead is nothing.
59-58. A trap up to Sheets on the 2-2-1. He breaks it and gives it to Myers. Myers holds it. 7 points for Haney to Sheets. Now Fitzwater comes out front. Over to Myers here on the right-hand side to Golston at the free throw line. Down under the Fitzwater. He didn't bank it and he missed it. Collins picks it up. Gives it to Haney. Shovels ahead to Danny Morgan. Almost loses it. Man-to-man. Here goes Phil Sivak. He holds. He wants a shot. Gives it out front to Haney. Fitzwater tries to get on Loudin. Loudin breaks away. Let's watch him. He'll go behind the screen by Morgan. On the opposite side. Give and go down to Morgan. He's in the lane. Might be called for 3. Turns on Benson. Puts it in.
Oh, what a beautiful play inside.
8 points for Morgan. 1-point lead. East Fairmont, a minute 34 to go. Long pass up to Fitzwater. Throws it down the bench and it's thrown away. And a foul is going to be called on East Fairmont. Number 31, Collins, and that's all for Greg Collins. The East Fairmont fans obviously cannot believe it. The West Fairmont fans are very glad that that's happened. But that's the way the officials saw it, and that's the way it's been ruled. So with a minute 24 to go, it is 60 for East Fairmont, 59 for West Fairmont. Scott Benson goes on the line. He has 20 points, and he's 4 of 4 from the line in the second half. He is 6 of 8 overall in the game. Big free throws for Benson. Look how he stands, Sam. Far away, not worrying about getting up on the line.
It's been a well-called game, DD. An exceptional game by the referees, and until you've refereed, you have no room to say anything.
It's short. Sheets gets it. He misses. And East Fairmont Sivak comes up with it. And East Fairmont wants timeout.
This place is going nuts. This place is rocking the Marion County, the Woody Wilson Armory.
Reminds me of the 1968 years and the era of Joe Retton and the Fairmont State Falcons. And they have a good team this year, too. And I can remember being in here when Salem would come to town and Archie Talley, and the place would rock from morning until night, beginning about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And we've got a Donnybrook now. This one is going down to the line, going down right to the wire. It is 60-59. The East Fairmont cheerleaders are on the floor cheering. West Fairmont cheering section up, trying to bring the crowd to life. They already are at life. As you look around the Armory and see the big signs, the big blue wrecking crew, they're going to need to do something to get the ball away from East Fairmont. East Fairmont will have the ball in play. With a minute 22 to go, 60-59, they lead. The game is seesaw back and forth from a 31-31 tie at halftime, with 53-46 at the end of the third quarter in favor of West. West jumped out, East came ahead, and now it's down to 1 point after West was ahead. East Fairmont has taken the lead, but Greg Collins, who's been playing so good of a yeoman job underneath, has fouled out with 5. And that may send Roger Michaels back in. But as I look over and see who's coming in for him, it's Scott Nestor is back in. Nestor playing with 3 fouls. He's not in trouble. They better get their ball handlers in. I have a feeling that West Fairmont will be aggressive man-to-man all over the court, even more so than before. Here's a spin off of Loudin to Haney, and Loudin is double-teamed by Benson. Fitzwater tries to dribble out of trouble. It's picked up by West Fairmont's Fitzwater, and he is tied up as Sivak went on the floor, and now they call it a traveling on Fitzwater. When he went on the floor to get the ball, he traveled, moving his feet. Of course, when you go, you have to move your pivot foot when you go on the floor.
Kevin Loudon's so anxious, he wants the ball so bad that he, I think he got a little forceful that time.
Watch Haney. Haney will cut around a screen. There he is by Loudin. Now ball comes to Loudin, but Benson should have gone to Loudin. He did, and he stayed with the inbound. Here's a lead pass up to Haney on Newsom. Puts it in.
It sounds like the Superdome in this place. It's going crazy.
7 points. 3-pointer will do it, though. It's a minute to go. Here's Sheets going for 3. It's no good. Benson tips it over Loudin. Benson tips it over Kevin Loudin for 22 points. And immediately, smart coaching, West Fairmont calls timeout with 53 seconds remaining. With 53 seconds remaining to go in the game. It is East Fairmont 62, West Fairmont 61, and we'll be back in a moment after these words from your sponsor.
Generous portions of delicious food, excellent homemade pies, prompt and friendly service, and a comfortable atmosphere are only a few of the reasons why the Wilderness Plantation Inn and Restaurant has become one of the most popular restaurants in the area. The Wilderness Plantation Inn and Restaurant, Jane Lou exit off of I-79, open 24 hours daily.
We're back. The last 53 seconds. Every game we've had, Sam, has come down to this. Are you ready for it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can handle this.
Well, I don't know about our audience either. I'll tell you, it's Jack Kincaid and Channel 46 who made some good selections. Loudin has the ball, dribbling between Newsom and Fitzwater. The foul against Fitzwater. That's 3 fouls on Tim Fitzwater. Now, here's the key, Sam. Kevin Loudin in the first half was 6 of 6 from the free throw line and accumulating his 17 points. But so far in the second half, he's not been to the line. Kevin Loudon's used to the pressure. But again, when you're at the Armory, you're playing West Side. You got 50 seconds to go. You're 1 point ahead. I know the pressure's on this young man.
The pressure's on, but I have a feeling, Didi, he's going to make him because he's not back. He's been cold, but he's not back down the whole second half.
We'll let the camera do the talking. He misses. Goes on the rebound. Down to Newsom. Off the Sheets. Looks inside for Benson. Benson wants that ball back. He's double-teamed. Morgan is fronting him. Newsom will want to keep the eye downside on Benson. Watch Benson down inside. Ball tipped away. Sheets wants to get it to him. Fronted and behind by Morgan and by Loudin. Timeout with 30 seconds to go. Danny Morgan playing exceptionally good defense and Kevin Loudin with 3 fouls playing behind Benson. So if he makes his move, he'll get the charge. And I'll tell you, right now, 30 seconds to go, Coach Lawson told me at the start of the game that he wanted Benson to handle the ball. The offense is designed to go inside. So we'll see. If Benson don't get it, look for Sheets to take it.
Well, I'll tell you, when the game's on the line like this, you want your big money players to have the ball in their hands. And that's the way it's been in the second half with Scott Benson. He came back after sitting out a lot of the first half, and he just took right off. He's taken over so far inside. And I look to see him also, like you said, Sheets. Sheets came out firing in the second half. He's been inspiration. I want to back up on that Kevin Loudin foul shot. He missed that foul shot, but I'll tell you one thing, if there's another chance for that, I'll still look for him to go for the shot because he wants the ball. You can see it. He's almost a little too aggressive right now. He needs to look to the open man, but that's the kind of player you want, as a coach, you want to have the ball at this time of the game.
17 points in the second quarter and just 6 so far in the second half. Scott Nestor has had 7 points for East Fairmont in the second half along with Shawn Haney. Haney made a nice layup there at the end just about a minute ago. West Fairmont, to set the scene for you, in case you just tuned in. If you just tuned in, you got to watch tomorrow night, the whole game. There's only 30 seconds remaining. It's 62-61. West Fairmont has the ball. They trail by 1 point. Myers has a kick by Haney. Haney plays great defense on that 2-3. Preventing him from getting the ball over to Troy Sheets.
Haney's been exceptional this whole game. I'll tell you what, you're going to see Scott Benson double team from now on.
Michaels is back in. Roger Michaels, the 6'3 center, is fronting Benson. Benson at the free throw line over to Fitzwater. 16 seconds. Myers, here is driving his Sheets in the air. He's fouled. 10 seconds. Troy Sheets is fouled, I think, by Shawn Haney.
That could be a good foul, D.D.
Either Haney or Loudin, as he took it to the baseline. I'm going to give it on Shawn Haney. But thing with Troy Sheets, he's got 2 free throws. He doesn't have to make the first one in order to make the second one.
Well, it's anybody's game.
14 points for Sheets. That's his first free throw. This is the one that'll tie it.
This is a big rebound here.
About overtime. Could it be? It's tied up with 10 seconds. Here comes Sivak, stolen. Stolen by Preston Myers. Let's see what the call is. The call may go against West Fairmont. The foul is going to be called on Preston Myers. Apparently, in going for the ball, he was a little over-aggressive. With 7 seconds to go, East Fairmont will go to the line. Preston Myers finds that difficult to believe. Let's see who is stepping to the line. We'll get his figures out here. Going to the line, it looks like Phil Sivak. And this is his first time at the line, Sam. He's shooting 60% this year. 12 of 20. Has not been to the line that much. Has scored no points. The pressure's on him. The sixth man. The crowd cheers. It's good. 63-62.
Showing some emotion there.
Let's see how West Fairmont is defensive. If I was Lawson, I'd be wondering how I'm going to get the ball down the court right now. But it's good again. 2 crucial free throws by Sivak. Newsom has the ball knocked away and stolen. He goes on the floor for it. A foul's going to be called on Ron Newsom as he dribbled up court. He lost the ball. Went between the legs of an East Fairmont player. Finally winded up in the hands, I think, of Phil Sivak or Kevin Loudin. And Ronnie Newsom desperately diving for the ball with 2 seconds to go. Fouled and stepping to the line. Let's see, there may be a timeout here. With just 2 seconds remaining. There is.
There hasn't been many turnovers the second half, but no doubt that was the biggest one.
That's what I was wondering on the Phil Sivak free throw is how was West Fairmont going to get the ball down the court. All right, timeout, 2 seconds. We'll be back in a moment after these words from your sponsor.
Insurance can be very complicated with so many companies and varied kinds of coverage and difficult terminology. It's good to have an insurance agent you can trust to help you. One who will provide you with the very best coverage at the lowest possible cost. Hunter Insurance Agency is that kind of agency. Call today at 366-2500 in Fairmont and 292-8017 in Morgantown. Hunter Insurance Agency, 503 Morgantown Avenue in Fairmont.
This message is brought to you by Stodd's Family Restaurant. Your meals should always be something special, and special meals are a part of the Stodd's tradition. Stodd's has faithfully served the Fairmont area for 55 years, and the reputation for delicious food and friendly service has remained strong. On Saturday, Stodd's Spectacular Buffet is open from 4 to 8 p.m., and it's all you can eat for $6.50. So for any meal of the day, or when you're just plain hungry, come to Stodd's Family Restaurant. Fine dining in a Christian atmosphere.
All right, we got 2 seconds. Now, let me tell you, the game's not over yet. This afternoon at 4 o'clock, right here, with 2 seconds remaining for East Fairmont Freshman, which beat the West Fairmont Freshman 43-42. Post away for East Fairmont, took the ball and threw it from half court, and the ball bounced in for 3 points. So even if one of these throws are converted, West Fairmont still has a chance. Newsom would be the man, looks like, who's going to take the long shot. Kevin Loudin missed it. West Fairmont gets the ball. They got a throw. Here's a long one by Myers, going to come up short. And East Fairmont has won it 64-62 in a mild upset, but not a deep upset. And West Fairmont falls to 8-3, and they lose a heartbreaker to East Fairmont. Both teams had many chances, but in the end, it was East Fairmont 64, West Fairmont 62. And we're going to be back in just a moment for the wrap-up after a word from your friendly sponsors.
I'm Pete Stodd with Nationwide Insurance, and I'd like to take this time to congratulate the coaches, players, cheerleaders, and all the faculty who has made the basketball programs of these two schools so successful this year.
For all the insurance needs you might have, see Pete Stodd, right here in Fairmont across from the Middletown Mall. For your home or business, auto or life insurance, Pete Stodd is your nationwide agent. Call 363-2136. Nationwide is on your side.
Clarksburg Radiator is happy to sponsor the high school game of the week. For 35 years, Clarksburg Radiator has been a proven, reliable business, specializing in automotive radiators and heater repairs, also heavy equipment radiator service. They're fast, they're dependable. So come in or call and ask for Jim or Joe Toothman at Clarksburg Radiator, Route 19 at the West Fork Bridge in Adamston.
Sam, this is the fourth game we have broadcast, and this one was a 2-point game. Our 4 games have been a combination of 13. You can't ask for any better game than this one this evening, can you? Went down to the last 2 seconds.
No, you couldn't have picked a more exciting game than this. From the time the ball was thrown up at the very first jump ball until the last shot at the end, it was up for grabs, exciting all the way. What a game to show.
The only game we could get better, I think, would be one that would go down to the last second. But nonetheless, it was an exciting game, a lot of movement and a lot of lead changing. Boiled down to a young man who hadn't scored a point, Phil Sivak, who went to the line with 10 seconds to go and converted on the 1-and-1 to give East Fairmont the victory 64-62. We have chosen a player of the game, both for East Fairmont and for West Fairmont. And first for East Fairmont, obviously, Kevin Loudin, who had 23 points on 7 field goals, 3 of those on 3-point plays, and 6 of 8 from the free throw line. He got off in that second half. He wasn't on like he was in the second quarter, but still his mere presence with his ball passing certainly was a big key in why East Fairmont was able to win and why they were able to move up in the standings.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Dee. The second quarter, he took over. He just totally dominated it with 17 of his 23 points in that second quarter, which came at a time when the Bees had played a very bad first quarter. They were down by 7 or 8 points, and he turned the whole momentum of the game around for them, which carried over all the way through the end.
Yeah. By the score 31-31 in the second quarter, he had scored 17 points. The whole West Fairmont team has scored 18. The lights have just been turned off here at the Armory. In case you wonder why the setting has suddenly gone dark, it's not due to our lights. The player of the game for West Fairmont, who unfortunately had to set out most of the second quarter with 3 fouls, and which hurt them in that second quarter and allowed East Fairmont to come back. but who played a spectacular game, was Scott Benson, who scored 22 points. He had 8 field goals and 6 of 9 from the free throw line for his 22 points. No field goals by West Fairmont were 3-point shots, but 4 of them for East Fairmont were. Tell us a little bit about Scott Benson and his contributions that he made this evening for the West Fairmont Polar Bears.
Okay, he had 7 rebounds, and that coming basically only 2.5 quarters. When he was, there was no doubt about his presence, how they affected the East Fairmont Bees. When he was gone, East Fairmont went inside, and that turned the game around. And when he came back in the second half, they brought the Polar Bears right back with them. We also must mention Troy Sheets, who came out fire in the second half with 6 straight points, and got the momentum going for the Polar Bears, but I didn't carry through to the end.
64-62 is your final score. Let me just give you a quick rundown of the players and their stats, at least in terms of scoring. Loudin had 23. Shawn Haney with 9 points. Danny Morgan with 10 points. Roger Michael with 1. Greg Collins with 4. Phil Sivak, as we said, with the 2 final free throws for 2 points. Scott Nestor, who played a superb game, who has to be given credit, had 15 points as well. For West Fairmont, Benson with 22. Mike Golson with 3. Troy Sheets 15. And played a great game. Timmy Fitzwater with 8. Ron Newsom with 4. Rodney Stewart with 3. Preston Myers with 6. And Bobby Starkey with 1. 24 field goals for West Fairmont, 21 for East Fairmont. 14 of 24 from the line for West, and 16 of 25 from the line for East. So this will wrap it up for Sam Freeman and myself, Dee Dee Meighan. We'll be wanting to greet you on the airways on Saturday and next Monday as we go to Morgantown and carry the Morgantown and University High School basketball clash. So until we greet you this coming Saturday from Morgantown, this is Dee Dee Meighan along with Sam Freeman, bidding all of you so long, take care, and God bless you.
This has been the high school game of the week, featuring the East Fairmont Bees against the Polar Bears of West Fairmont. Brought to you by Hunter Insurance, Stodge Restaurant and Motel, Clarksburg Radiator, Astro Buick O's, Pete Stodd Insurance Agency.